This is the Redragon Behemoth K724 Pro, featuring an appealing mix of blue-toned colorways. This tri-mode mechanical keyboard connects via Bluetooth, a wired cable, or wirelessly via 2.4 GHz dongle. Equipped with a 4000 mAh battery pack, it lasts about a week even with full RGB lighting enabled. Boasting a 1000 Hz polling rate and full key anti-ghosting, it's well suited for gaming performance. Its compact 75% layout, compared to a full-sized keyboard, provides extra space for mouse movement, saving about 25% of desk space, but at the cost of the numpad. The keyboard uses a gasket-mounted structure with slightly stiff gasket action, but a flex-cut PC plate enhances shock absorption effectively. The inclusion of a flex-cut PC plate adds bounce and a thocky sound to the switches, very much evident when paired with the 40-gram linear Mint Mambo switches, but more on this later. If the switches aren't to your liking, the south-facing universal hot swap sockets support both 3-pin and 5-pin switches. For beginners, this hot swap feature simplifies switch replacement compared to soldered switches. You just snap the switches on or pull it off with the key puller combo this comes with. It includes a knob for volume control that also acts as a screen control knob. The screen shows date, time, battery percentage, OS, and more indicators. You may also choose to customize that with your very own GIF. In later segments, we'll go through the screen navigation and customization. Anyhow, the keyboard is supported by a software available for download at redragonshop.com with a link provided below in the description. The software offers general essential settings such as RGB customization, advanced key binding with more selectable functions, including mouse buttons, macro recording that detects mouse clicks, and other settings that are self-explanatory. Let's go over screen customization this time. So customizing your GIF is really very simple, but first you need this connected via wired mode. It's not going to work via wireless. Anyways, the first step if you want to import your GIF is just to click on animation. You can also click on picture if you want to upload a JPEG or a PNG. In this case, we're going to upload an animation. So click on that and it's going to open your PC drive. So just choose the GIF, click on open, and actually we already have it imported right here. The next step for you to do is to click on upload and click on uploading all frame. Again, you should have this wired, and it's as easy as that with customizing your keyboard's screen. Controlling that screen is really very simple. So the first press on the knob, you get to choose the effect. Be that the time that I just showed you a while back or the GIF that we just uploaded right there. Press the knob again, and here is where you can choose the RGB mode. Say I want this RGB mode, let's move on to the next. Twist it to the right, and we can choose the RGB color right there. Press again to confirm, move on to the next. The brightness, it's already on maximum. Yeah, I'll keep it on maximum. Press that again. Moving on, we can choose the RGB speed. Then you can choose language, be it Chinese or English. I like English, please. And then, where were we? Oh, I made the Chinese. Anyways, here is where you can choose the OS, be it Windows or Mac. And then, you can press on the return button right there. See? And now I can read Chinese. The box contains the keyboard, manual, a cable, a key puller combo, and 4 additional Mint Mambo switches. The cable is a standard black-coated type with the right angle USB-C connector and a USB-A adapter on the other end. I would have liked a PET dust cover for protection against dust, but yep, not a big deal. Regarding the keyboard's construction, it's entirely made of plastic, including the knob. The knob has textured grips for improved handling, and each turn provides tactile feedback for precise control. On the left side of the keyboard, you will find the connectivity switch and USB-C input. On the right side, there's a dedicated slot for storing the dongle to prevent misplacement. The keyboard weighs about 850 grams, which feels standard and keeps it stable on your desk. To prevent sliding, it includes rubber pads on the bottom and 2 level adjustable kick-up feet for different typing angles. You'll also find screws underneath that secure the keyboard structure, and by removing the screws and knob, you can access the keyboard's internal. Inside, it features 5 damping layers, a 3.5mm Poron foam, IXP switch pad, PT anti-static film, PCB foam, and a silicone bottom pad. The silicone bottom pad is particularly effective for optimal sound dampening, and it also adds to the weight. The keycaps are double shot, shine through PBT plastic in the ASA profile. While cherry profile would have been nice, the taller ASA profile has a distinct masculine feel to it. South-facing LEDs most of the time cause glare, especially on low-profile keycaps like cherries. Since ASA is tall, I do not get the usual LED glare from other keyboards. Thus, choosing ASA keycaps was a solid decision. The stabilizers are slightly loose and wobble on the PC plate, so I highly recommend Redragon use better fitted stabilizers in future models. Despite the stabilizer fit, they come pre-lubricated, which should reduce rattling. As for rattling, it has been an issue for me, and adding cloth tape between the stabilizer and PC plate contact points should resolve any minor noise. Now the Mint Mambo switches produce a thin sounding thock, close to a clack, but since this has flex cuts on the plate, the clack is somehow dampened. Being pre-lubricated, they feel exceptionally smooth, and with 40-gram springs, they're well suited for both gaming reading and typing. But for my hands, they feel light and fast for gaming. Here's a sound test. The Behemoth is offered in one colorway, hues of blue and some black. Seems very masculine though, so dark builds would suit this keyboard. The top case has angles to it that add to the overall personality of the keyboard. It's not bulky, but it does appear bulky because of the top case mold and ASA keycaps. I think the side profile is my favorite part of the keyboard, having a black top and blue bottom. This is the same though with the front of the keyboard. Very aesthetic gamer vibe. Onto branding, you get one print by the left side in white. The light indicators are by the enter key, useful if you have a GIF on and you don't see screen indicators. Anyhow, RGB glows fairly brightly and I really like the brightness of the lights. Function key and the right shift changes RGB modes, but then again, the knob controls can do that already. My favorite RGB mode on this is no other than no RGB. Just kidding. It's just that I prioritize battery life more than lighting, so there's that. Links are in the description of the video on where to get your Redragon Behemoth. Let me know your questions in the comment section below. I shall take my leave. This is Daniel with the Biboyharanero team. Do not subscribe.